We have a lot going on with the negotiations of Biden's $3.5 trillion package. And I'll tell you the one thing is Krysten Sinema and Joe Manchin. Now, you all know who they are. I've discussed them a bunch of times. The main thing that you have to realize is they're holding it up. And the reason they're holding it up, it's not because, hey, I'm really worried about the debt. I'm worried. No. They're holding it up only because it doesn't really benefit corporate America as much. Now, look, it says tax the rich. But again, it's going to be some sleazy cop-out way of taxing the rich. Now, what does this bill include? It includes paid family leave, paid medical leave, 2 years community college for free. Now, I think Bernie Sanders is a cuck. Because he ran on 4 years of free college. Why isn't he doing 4 years as the budget chairman? The reason he's not doing 4 years and he's allowing Joe Biden to only do 2 years is because he's a cuck. That's what he is. He's a cuck, and we all know it. So the one thing that we all got to realize is this bill is shit already. But it includes all of that. It includes expanding Medicare to be for dental, hearing, and vision. So notice that there's no public option. There's nothing there. There's no Medicare for all. It's healthcare for some. So if you've already got Medicare, it's going to be expanded, which is good for you. But if you don't have Medicare and you're one of us who has to pay monthly premiums and you don't really have healthcare, well, F you don't get dental, vision, and eye care. Or dental, vision, and hearing care. You don't get any of that. So, just terrible. And it includes a few other things. So if you're into that, if you're into the Biden agenda, Krysten Sinema and Joe Manchin are holding it up. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is the Arizona Democratic Party, where Krysten Sinema is from, has voted to censure her and said that, hey, we might vote no confidence on her. And the reason they're doing that is because they're saying we want her to nix the filibuster. And again, the filibuster is where I can just talk and talk and talk or act like I'm doing the filibuster, but I'm not, so that you don't pass any bills and you don't do anything else. And they want her to nix that so that they can pass major pieces of legislation like the John Lewis Voting Rights and Advancement Act, or whatever the hell it is, so that they can pass the minimum wage, so that they can pass the PRO Act. I don't remember the acronym, but it's basically permission to organize, basically, or protection for organizers, whatever it is, but it's allowing for unionization, and it's allowing for organization and all of that for workers. So they want her to pass all of that, and they want her to nix the filibuster so that they can come up with a number and say, all right, we know we're not going to get Joe Manchin and Sinema. We don't want to fight them. Let's go to 49. So they are saying we're not only going to vote to censure her, we might vote no confidence. And what that means is, well, if we wanted to, we could get her out of office. We could recall her if we wanted to. I don't know that that's going to happen. But people keep asking, well, why won't she agree to a number? Because the way it should work is you walk into Joe Biden's office, he says, here's the deal. I want $3.5 trillion. And Krysten Sinema and Joe Manchin are going to go, $3.2 trillion. He's going to say, no, 3.5. So they're going to go, okay, 2.2 trillion. Biden's going to go 2.5 trillion. And they're going to go, all right, deal. Great. Shake hands. Everything's done. Go vote on it, right? Shake hands. Except Krysten Sinema won't agree to any number. Any. And so you might want to ask, okay, why? Why is she not agreeing to any number? And the reason why is, while this is going on in Arizona, where they're voting to censure her and almost going to vote no confidence for her or on her, whatever, she's over there meeting with lobbyists taking $5,800 a pop from all of them so that, she can get rich. And these lobbyists are opposed to Biden's $3.5 trillion package. Now, the Democratic Party in Arizona wants her to pass that bipartisan infrastructure bill, which is bull as well. But again, she's taking money from all these lobbyists. It turns out she took in total $750,000 from these lobbyists. And what people are saying is that maybe what she's trying to do is, the reason she's not agreeing to any number or negotiating for any number that Biden wants is because she doesn't plan on running again. She doesn't plan on being in Congress, and she just wants to go over there to K Street and get paid. K Street is where all the lobbyists are. You have Wall Street, you have K Street, right? And so she's like, I don't give a F. Go ahead. So it makes it more difficult for Biden to tie her hands behind her back and tell her ass, I could be your best friend or I could be your enemy. Now, what he could do is he could say, I'll call every effing lobbyist and tell them not to hire you, and every bank and everybody else. But then they're opposed. So they're just going to tell him, well, F you, Biden. We don't like your bill. Now, what he could do if he was really a boss, if I was Biden, I would go, all right, I'm going to cancel all your tax breaks. I'm going to make it illegal for you to offshore taxes. I'm going to get rid of your loopholes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'd make those squirm. And they'd be like, you need to support this. You need to support this. Ah! And I would tell them, guys, this bill is going to help you. It's going to create a windfall. That's why Pelosi passed it. But Joe Biden doesn't have that kind of ballsy mentality. He doesn't. He's not that kind of guy. So, look, this is what it's going to be. One person is going to take this bill down. One girl, one woman is going to take, not one girl, but one lady is going to take this down. One person. All because lobbyists are funding her. So I just want to let you know, keep voting for the Democratic Party. If you keep voting for the Democratic Party, you're going to get over and over and over. That's what's going to happen. They're going to F you over, and they're just going to take that lobbyist money, and it's, oh, golly gee, I wonder why we couldn't solve it. Hey, vote for us because voting rights. We're going to help with voting rights. Even though they had everything in their power to do anything and everything they wanted on voting rights. And then they could have done anything and everything they wanted on abortion. But they're not. They're running on, these scary Republicans and abortion. But they're not going to do anything about it. So you keep voting for the Democratic Party. I honestly feel bad for you, and I think you're a chump.